Time for the Wednesday edition of Litter Media Live on this November 26th of 2025. This will be the pre-Thanksgiving version of the show. Got a number of things going on. They'll be running up in Circleville tomorrow and here in Chillicothe for the Larry Cox Turkey Trot. So those annual events that I never participate in are happening tomorrow. My running days are way behind me.
I have to run to Circleville today, but I won't be running in Circleville.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As long as you're not running from something.
No.
Now, there was a moment where I was stung by an attacking yellow jacket. I found out I could run when I have to. It's when I want to. And I did want to, and I did have to that day as well. Coming up here momentarily, no worries about yellow jackets, but we will tell you about what's happening in the way of our forecast for today.
Yes.
It's a little windy out there. We could hear the breeze outside.
Yes, and that wind is bringing in colder weather this afternoon. We started out actually in the overnight hours in the 50s. And we've already dipped down into the 40s. And as you see there on our graph, the farther we go into the afternoon, evening, we go down into the 30s. By tomorrow morning, we're 28 and so forth.
Those wind gusts are into the red there. So if you've got inflatables out already for your Christmas decorations, you better nail them down better, or at least deflate them so they don't go flying off somewhere.
There was a gentleman in Frankfurt that was trying to put lights up in his tree, and he was using one of those sticks, or I don't know what it is, that you can squeeze it and the hands come together. Yeah. And the wind was taking him all over the place. So
I thought you were about one of those rocket T-shirt launcher things.
I guess that would work too. The light string might not be exactly how you want it, but the falling temperatures, you might see a rain shower here or there, but we're talking about highs in the mid-30s for most of the weekend, with overnight lows in the 20s, and a possibility of a mixture of rain and snow showers. And if you're going to Ann Arbor, as we said yesterday, they're talking about snow for the ball game up there.
Bundle up, and I guess there'll be a flask or two probably taken inside. But to keep you warm, right?
Gotcha. For medicinal purpose.
All right, coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with what's making news, a look at sports, and this state in history about somebody we'll dust off and bring that out. Details are just ahead. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. You want to reach out to them. You know, you've got a problem during the holidays, they'll most likely be able to take care of that. They've got people on call all the time. Your trusted comfort advisor is Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. You click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you to their website, and that's accuratehvac.com for all of your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the
the week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Before we get into the crux of our program, let's remind you that two of our features that we normally do, the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week and the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. We're taking a break from them due to it being the Thanksgiving Thursday and Black Friday. We'll just give it a rest for this week for those two awards, but we will be having a Player of the Year and a Pet of the Year. So continue to send in your nominations because we ain't done. It's not the end of the year just yet.
All right.
Go to our website where you can see all those players of the week, and you see there it says Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. The players you'll find under sports, and you've got all kinds of information available to you at your perusal, including some of the people we're going to be talking about this morning in this program.
All right, at the top of the news, Circleville Pumpkin Show volunteers Colin and Kaylee Sowers have been awarded the President's Friendship and Partnership Award from the Ohio Festivals and Events Association. This recognition celebrates their dedication, support, and the heart they bring to the Circleville Pumpkin Show each year and to the wider festival community. Congratulations to the Sowers family. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife is accepting harvested white-tailed deer at select locations in December to help support local food pantries. Deer donation days are December 1st, 2nd, 6th, and 7th. Now, this year, the Division of Wildlife began a partnership with the Ohio Penal Industries Meat Processing Facility at the Pickaway Correctional Institution. Division of Wildlife staff will transport all donated deer to PCI for processing and packaging. Now, as far as the regional collectible sites, we've got that posted in our website story at littermedia.com. Many of them are up in the Delaware County area. Last year when we ran this store, we had some, I think, over in Vinton County, but they didn't show up on the list this year. Now, the Division of Wildlife intends to distribute donated venison to local food pantries in the areas where those who donated live and work. This is remarkable. One deer can provide enough meat for 200 meals. Just one deer.
It would stand to reason because take a look at how many meals come out of a cow.
Yeah,
and
but
a cow
deer
is usually bigger than a deer.
Yeah, that's right. So I was surprised that you could get that many out of it.
Depends on the size of the deer, I guess.
Yeah.
In that respect.
Alrighty.
We are a week away from the annual Rudolph Run and Glow Walk. Downtown Chillicothe's Tiffany Baldwin was in studio with us this morning and said that this is the 14th year for the Rudy and how its proceeds are being used.
This is one of our events that we we take all the money from that event, all the proceeds, and put it towards lights in the downtown because we're trying to make our footprint larger in the downtown. So this year we were successful in doing that. So we not only were able to put the lights up that we had in previous years, because obviously with that comes the fee to install that, right? So we added this year the trees across from the courthouse, and we added I think it was 33 lamp posts in the downtown. So it went from, down Paint Street, it went on Water Street, it went on 2nd Street. So we were able to wrap the lamp posts with lights. Mm-hmm. So that's what we added this year.
Now, the course is going to start differently this year. Begins at the new Connect Cafe and Events, formerly the Fort Collective at 2nd and Mulberry Streets at 6 p.m. Again, all proceeds going to supporting the downtown light the downtown, so to speak. Not Shine On, that is north of Water Street, but everything south of Water Street is what the Downtown Chillicothe Inc. is helping with the lights, and the monies go right to that. You can even sign up to participate the night of the event next Wednesday. They'll begin gathering at 4 p.m. and the Glow Run and Walk begins at 6 p.m. Yesterday, we had another special edition guest, and that is Eric Cochran. Winter's Eve is the theme for the fundraising dinner for the Cochran Strong Foundation. Eric Cochran joined us for that special edition yesterday, and since being shot at the back door of the Ross Chillicothe Law Enforcement Complex 3 years ago, Cochran has been an advocate for helping first responders and trauma that they experience while on the job.
I always thought my retirement from law enforcement would be the, go find a hobby I've never really had before.
Here's your gold watch.
And here's your gold watch and your plaque. But through my mental health journey, from the incident, I have discovered that the mental health for our first responders is just inadequate. And we are sending these boys and girls out, repeated secondary trauma and first trauma, and we're not doing anything for them, and we're going to correct that this next year. We have a big announcement at the dinner, but basically we're going to get these boys and girls some real help and make sure that they are taken care of and can perform at peak, not just mentally but physically.
Cochran says there's still about 30 spots open for the event with food, live music, and dancing, all at the Chasey's golf course and the clubhouse there. Tickets for the dinner next Thursday are $25, and carry-out dinners will be available for just $10. And a lot of roast beef that'll be out there, and pork and everything too. Should be a good time.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol is urging all motorists to prioritize safety as they travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, which is traditionally one of the busiest travel periods of the year. During the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday period, which starts today through 11:59 p.m. this Sunday evening, troopers will be focusing on removing impaired drivers from Ohio's roadways. In addition, they will be on the lookout for safety belt, speeding, and distracted driving violations.
I saw a state patrolman yesterday sitting just outside the Chillicothe city limits on the south side of town. And then this morning on the way in, sitting at the Huntington Township Hall right there. So they're keeping an eye out for you, but on you as well. So make sure you proceed with caution and obey the laws. That's the big thing. American Legion Post 62 gave a well-deserved shout-out to a couple of members who spent many years serving the community. Jack Clark retired from the Chillicothe VA Police and Security Service, but continued to spend many years as Post 62 and District 7 Judge Advocate, and in 1996 served as the 7th District Commander. Jack was often the voice of the Legion, doing radio public service announcements and emceeing public events. Terry Edgington retired from the Ohio Department of Corrections and spent 20 years steering and transforming the Ross County Veterans Honor Guard into an inter-service volunteer unit that proudly served and continues to serve the final honors for so many of our departed comrades. Terry has since passed, but Jack is still with us, but he's in failing health here of recent years. And I got to know Jack not through radio, but through the early days of the Chillicothe Paints, when he was still combing the parking lots and making sure you were behaving yourself and driving 20 miles an hour as you leave a Chillicothe Paints baseball game. But our hats off to those fine gentlemen.
Jack worked with us at the radio station as a part-timer for a number of years, and he also told me when he came to us that he had worked in radio at Newark many years back. But Jack had a great voice for radio. Our road report is nothing's going on. Many of the projects have been suspended for this week or the remainder of the week due to the holidays. However, of course, where construction projects have begun, there are barriers still in place, so please drive carefully through those construction zones.
Let's say it now. No news is good news, right? Yes. All right, coming up, we've got good news of sports. Details just around the corner. But first, let's tell you about folks at Hometown Motors Incorporated, and their Skag clearance sale continues for the holidays. A wide selection of Skag mowing equipment that has been reduced with its price. But once this clearance inventory is gone, so are the low prices with them. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. Stop in and see The folks at Hometown Motors at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Give them a call at 740-773-8826 for more details. It's Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
In sports, a friend of Dan and Mike for a number of years is leading the way.
Yes, sir. Ross County's Noah Hiles has won the Male Athlete of the Year from Special Olympics Ohio. Hiles has competed within Special Olympics Ohio for more than 17 years, competing in track and field, golf, basketball, powerlifting, and disc golf. In the 2025 Special Olympics Summer Games, Hiles placed second in his powerlifting division and currently serves as an athlete coach and assistant coach for the Ross County Trailblazers basketball team, which is the name of Ross County Special Olympics Club. And he's also a cornhole coach during the fall sports season. That's mom and dad with him. Congratulations, Noah. And he's going to join us Friday morning for a special edition of Litter Media Live at 10 o'clock.
I saw both Chris and Noah out at the St. Trace Career Day that I was at recently, and that's the most recent time I saw them. But good golly, when he was in high school, he came in and shadowed us one day, and next thing I know, I'm strolling through the Ross County Fair in the 4-H building, and there was a photo of us with him up in the display they had, and I'm like, well, that's cool. There's Noah, our good buddy. So congratulations, Noah.
Taking a look at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard from last night. Of course, all of these can be found each day on littermedia.com under the score page. And girls basketball has been the main feature. Last night's winners included, where did you go, girls? Last night was Tuesday. I'm a day off.
Yeah, they're running away from you.
This seems like it's Thursday.
They're hiding in plain sight.
It's Wednesday, and last night was Tuesday. Addison Edgington of Circleville had 32 points in the Lady Tigers' 59-52 win in a conference opener against Bloom Carroll. Liberty Union beat Amanda. Fisher Catholic over Grove City Christian in the Cardinal Division. Fairfield lost to Fayetteville. And in non-conference, Chillicothe. Lady Cavs opened up with a 48-28 win over South Point. Waverly beat Jackson. Miami Trace over Adina. Logan Elm beat McLean. Logan beat Huntington. Ross Christian Academy over Wilmington Christian. Portsmouth West beat Piketon. Taze Valley over Central Crossing. And there's a number of other scores that you can find on that list at littermedia.com. Now, the boys' regular season basketball season starts today, as in this afternoon.
Yeah, in just about 90 minutes.
Yeah, they got a JV game going on at the Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic, followed up by Adina versus New Hope, Huntington against Amanda Clear Creek, Logan Elm, Bexley, and Zane Trace against Fairland. There's some other boys games on tap around the area today and tonight, as well as girls action. You'll be able to find those as well on our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard.
I'm trying to remember if it was last year or the year before where they started the Tip-Off Classic on Wednesday and then skipped Thursday and jumped into the rest of the games on Friday. So they have, I think, another 4 games on Friday, maybe 5 games.
Well, I think they found over the years that Saturday up against the game, you don't get many people in the stands.
Right.
So they kind of abandoned that idea. So.
Speaking of OSU, the men's basketball team in action last night, and they clobbered Mount St. Mary's 113-60. Chillicothe's Brandon Knowles scored 9 points, had 7 rebounds in the contest, in which he didn't play the whole game because no sense. The Buckeyes travel to play Pitt this Friday night, and it'll be on ESPN. Cleveland State thumped Waynesburg University 109-56. Chillicothe's Trey Beard did not play in the game as the Vikings improved to 3-5. They'll play at the University of Missouri Friday afternoon for Cleveland State. Other news for you, Loyola Marymount was a winner over Ohio Bobcats 70-58. The Bobcats having a tough start. They are 1-6. But they battled in that third place game of the Sunshine Slam tournament at Daytona Beach. Mike and I were going back and forth about this. Like, what is this tournament? And they had 2 brackets for this tournament. It was really weird. And we decided Johnny gets a trophy. The Bobcats will host Maine next Wednesday. OSU women against West Virginia. That's today down in the Bahamas. Why didn't we get that assignment to go down there?
Aaron's the OU man. He should have been down there. Yeah.
Well, this is OSU.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was OU too.
This is OSU playing West Virginia today in the Bahamas. Toronto is at the Blue Jackets tonight, so we'll see how that works out. Blue Jackets picked up the win over the Maple Leafs last week. And tomorrow's NFL lineup, it starts with Green Bay at Detroit, Kansas City at Dallas, and the Bengals are in Baltimore for the NFL triple-header tomorrow.
And the Ohio Bobcats football team plays, I believe, at noon on Friday at Buffalo.
Yes.
It's a Friday game, not a Saturday game.
And not a Tuesday or a Wednesday game.
Right. Of course, everybody's full of turkey. They're not probably working, so they'll just kick back and watch some Friday football.
Yeah, watch for the guys to not run as fast on Friday because they're filled with turkey and stuffing and everything else. Coming up, this date in history in just a matter of moments. Oh, you had something else you wanted to share with us. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Go Bucks.
The Week 14 12-team CFP bracket, which will mean nothing after this weekend because some of these teams will probably lose. So that will rearrange things, how they fall into play. We were discussing, we're not real sure exactly what the formula is for the Big Ten, which has, 18 members now?
16.
So right now you've got Ohio State and Indiana tied for 1 and 2. If the recent history continues for the Ohio State-Michigan game, well, that would knock Ohio State out of that position. And so who would end up, if Purdue somehow beats Indiana, if that were to happen, who goes to the top then? Because Oregon's got, 2 losses? 1 loss?
1 loss.
And
Indiana beat Oregon, but Ohio State didn't play Oregon. So I don't know who has the tie break between Oregon and Ohio State.
See, it's like I know they've had to script something because, when they said, well, let's increase 10 teams to 12 teams. Oh, let's make it 14. No, let's go to 16. But let's still call ourselves the Big Ten. Surely these academic minds had a plan that they just haven't shared with us.
By the way, the Wolverines are number 14. So if they did beat Ohio State, count on them being in the top 12.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go to the Big Ten championship game, but they would definitely be in the top 12.
The Buckeyes got beat last year, but it didn't matter. All it did was fueled the fury, and they came right through and they took care of everything. If they lose, if they win, should Ohio State win, will that make it more difficult, do you think? Will they say, we beat Michigan, we can?
Well, you don't want to let
it's
down
a cakewalk
because you're going to be playing Indiana in the Big Ten championship game.
Precisely. So,
but
these are 2 big weeks.
Oregon won the Big Ten championship game over Penn State, and then Ohio State murdered Oregon in their playoff game in the Rose Bowl. So it's a whole new world in college football.
My only concern, I have no concerns with the Ohio State defense. It's what the cold weather is going to do to the high-powered passing game that Ohio State has.
Because our running game has been a little suspect at times.
It's been better in recent games, but and Michigan, from what I understand, their running defense has not been that good this year.
And they lost one of their top running backs that's out. So a lot of, and as Jeremiah Smith says, he will play. They haven't really given us a definitive on Carnell Tate yet.
Yeah.
So,
and you think to yourself, well, guys, this is the last game of the regular season. But with the playoffs and how that has changed everything, Tate's looking at, I still have the potential of 4 more games after this. So why not stay out of this game so that I can? But you want a pair of gold pants.
That's right, which we've not won since 2019.
Yes.
All right.
Coming up, this state in history. Stick close as we turn the clock back to 1922.
Custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And again, feel free to make your nominations, but we will not be announcing a Player of the Week this week because of the holiday.
All right. This date in history, this first came to my attention in the early 1970s.
With Steve Martin.
Well, no, before even Steve. The King Tut exhibit came to Chicago. Now, I didn't go see it, but my cousin, Jim, and his family did get to see it. But in 1922, in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, British archaeologists Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon became the first people to enter King Tutankhamun's tomb in more than 3,000 years. King Tut's sealed burial chambers were miraculously intact, and inside was a collection of several thousand priceless objects, including a gold coffin containing the mummy of the teenage king, and that's Dan's rendering. This is the sarcophagus that you see on the outside. And this, I can't even imagine what that thing is worth with all the gold in it.
And that's why they're looking for it, right? Nothing to do with the historic nature of it.
Yeah. And then they didn't even get it. And then, of course, there were a number of people that mysteriously died after they went in. There was the legend of the curse of King Tut.
You know what's crazy is that actually ran through my brain as I was putting this together, thinking, what will happen to us when we show this.
Curse lives on.
We've been okay so far, so we're good. Yeah. Maybe it'll take time to generate, I guess. Yeah. So, trying to remember, they've got a new display out at the pyramids in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw 60 Minutes did something, or
I missed
CBS News. They did a special on this. It's something they've been building and working on for I don't know how many years, and I guess it's now open to the public. And it's like a visitor's center, but it's a huge museum, and it has a lot of that type of stuff in it.
Yeah,
right there at the foot of the pyramids.
Wow.
Carol Longstreth recently went to Egypt. Maybe we can track her down and see if she could talk over tales.
Did she go to that?
She rode a camel and the whole deal. I don't know if she went to it or not. I'm not sure.
Gotcha. So. I know, of course, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who I was. Were you one, Aaron, that said you didn't like turkey?
Yes, and my mother texted me. She took offense to that.
Because it was dry. Is that what your
It wasn't I don't
was?
like turkey. I don't like Mom's turkey. That's the way she took it.
Even good turkey, it tastes dry to me.
Okay. Well, the reason that came to my mind, because one of the networks this morning had the Butterball guy on.
Yeah.
Where they call you. It's got a toll-free hotline you can call. Mm-hmm. And he addressed the issue of dry turkey meat. And he said, we get people to call and say, you sold me a dry turkey. He said, we don't manufacture
it's
dry
how
turkeys.
You cook it.
But he said, if you overcook it, that's what causes dry turkey meat. If it's 170 degrees and no more, he said it will be plenty of juices in it.
I think for me, I like when turkey and chicken still have the skin on it. Mm-hmm. I like the skin. And for Thanksgiving, nobody serves the turkey with the skin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
My nephew followed the steps of my brother Jim. And Jim was an outdoorsman for the Boy Scouts all those years, and then later Trail Life USA. And they build an open pit, and they wrap this turkey in aluminum foil. They put some herbs and spices in there, and it's a long process, but it's the juiciest turkey you've ever eaten.
Yeah. Now, the fad, I don't know, 20 years ago came along about deep frying.
Yeah, dropping it in there in house fires.
Now, they were talking about this, and they said it's okay to deep fry, but don't use oil. Well, what would you use if you don't use oil?
An air fryer?
Or maybe it was the kind of oil that they were using. I don't know, but I thought that was curious. They didn't go on and explain about deep frying without oil. So maybe somebody can help us on that.
Dan Jr. has arranged for a friend of his to make the turkey this year. And I think it's going to be deep fried, from what I understand. He brought us a sampling of it.
But this will be done outdoors, right?
From my understanding, yes.
Yeah, so nobody's house will be torched. Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. Well, enjoy your Thanksgiving. And remember what it's supposed to be about, giving thanks unto the Lord for our blessings.
Indeed. That's it for the program today. Tomorrow we're off, but back at it again Friday. So watch for us then. We've got special guests coming in on Friday. You will have Noah HIles coming in, and we'll also have one of our sponsors, Whitetail Acres. We've seen the advertisement on our website. They have prepared feed for deer. And a lot of deer hunters use what they do. It's roasting corn and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's being produced here locally. So we're going to talk with the owners of Whitetail Acres on Friday's program here on Litter Media. So for Aaron Glandon, who doesn't like dry turkey, and for Mike Smith, who eats anything in front of him, I'm Dan Ramey. Enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We'll see you soon.